I just want to take this opportunity to welcome all the new subscribers to the channel. I've had a very good influx of subscribers. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome. I just want to thank you for tuning in, guys. It's super important to me to make sure that the information that we're putting across is helpful. So if you're out there and you really don't have a lot of experience with the stock market, or if it's something that's intimidating to you, or the idea of investing is something that you're just hearing about, or you've just been introduced to, guys, I believe wholeheartedly on this particular show that investing is not as hard as people make it out to be, okay? I really believe that you can be taught to do it. Unfortunately, there's so many different sources out there pulling you in so many different ways, all right? Why did I come out with this channel in the first place? I just finished last week a financial planning counseling session that I went to actually evolve in my craft. I love finances. I love investing in the stock market. It's kind of been a passion of mine for my entire life. And one thing I'm really learning is in this particular country especially, being that we're a consumer-driven society, the temptation out there is so insurmountable sometimes. It's so difficult for people to get ahead because you've got temptation coming from every different angle. And it's so easy. The median income in the United States is $51,000. And it's so easy to allow yourself to be consumed to where you're one of those folks that's just living on the inflows and the outflows, okay? It's easy to live paycheck to paycheck in this society. It's really hard to take those hard-earned dollars and put them away. 71% of the United States is actually in debt. There's an average balance in every single household in the U.S. of $7,000 of credit card debt. When I heard these, I was alarmed. I mean, I couldn't believe it. But I get a lot of validation on this particular channel because I have the unique opportunity of speaking to a lot of people in the United States and also abroad that need help. They really need help. And I think the first step in your financial security or getting your finances in line is really just humbling yourself to needing that help, really. That can be the most important step to where you just take a step back and say, you know what, time out on life, time out on everything that I've got going on. I'm going to put everything on the table and I'm going to get this stuff straight, guys. If this is your first time tuning into the Independent Investor channel, guys, welcome. My name is Ryan. We're coming to you from New York City, New York. On the Independent Investor channel, we believe wholeheartedly in empowering independent investors, and we do that by providing content that's usable in your day-to-day lives, guys. I thought it prudent to come out with an investing basics, kind of a summary. Guys, if you had a willingness at all to learn about this topic, go back and look at some of my content. I've been investing in the market for going on 3 decades, and I have made a lot of mistakes. And a lot of the message that I come out with on this channel is trying to get you guys into the correct place sooner than later, to get you on the right path as early as we can in your life, so you can avoid or even eliminate mistakes along the financial security road. It's that important, guys. It's that important. So if this is your first time tuning into the Independent Investor channel, welcome, guys. And we're going to get started. Investing basics. All right. The first step in calling yourself an investor, or the first step in investing, is not just going out there and buying stock. It's not. It's not the first step. And I can't tell you how many times I've vetted questions online talking about this stock and that stock and this REIT and this stock and should I do Bitcoin and should I do this and should I do that. You have to ask yourself one word. It comes down to one word. And this is a question that you have to answer for yourself before you even think about putting one red penny into the stock market. Why do you want to invest? Why? Why do you want to invest? You have to answer that question for yourself, okay? And it's the first question that I ask people when I sit down with them. It's the first question that I ask them when I'm interacting with them. Why? Why do you want to invest? And be honest. If it's because friends have told you about it, or you've watched the stock market go up for the last 8 years and you have not participated, just be honest, okay? But very few people actually can answer that for me in the way that I expect it to be answered. And so many people default to pursuing more of a 20% gain, a 20% gain. What is the magic stock out there? Ryan, what do you think about this stock? And what they're trying to do is they're trying to make money. That's their first goal. I want to make money. I want to make money. I want to make money. And that cannot be your primary goal when you start. It cannot, okay? So if you guys don't know a lot about investing, please listen up to this. Because investing in and of itself is really a lot more philosophical and psychological than it is about the nuts and bolts of buying into stock, okay? And so many people don't want to sit back and ask yourself, why? Why do I want to invest? Do I want to be financially secure in my future? Do I want to save to put my kids through college? Do I want to avoid the mistakes that my parents made, right, of not becoming investing? And I had to sit back and watch them not be prepared in retirement, to not have enough money. I want to invest so I don't have to rely on Social Security, okay? These are all valid reasons, and they differ. They differ. That's why on this channel I talk about fundamental approaches, because it's okay if everybody's answers are different. There is no right answer, okay? But I'm going to give you mine. The reason why I invest is for financial security. That's it. Financial security, all right? If entering into a position of Apple stock is going to contribute to my overall goal of financial security, no problem. If trading into a position for 26 minutes is going to play into my overall goal of financial security and accelerating my profits, then I do it, okay? But I have a crystal clear idea, guys, of why I invest. You cannot blindly enter into the market and not know why you're doing it, okay? It will keep you up at night. And if it's going to keep you up at night, I would contend that investing just isn't for you, okay? If it's going to keep you up at night, all right? Or you need to go back and you need to recalibrate and ask yourself why, in fact, you're investing. You have to go through these processes. I can show you all kinds of ideas about what stocks to buy. I can show you what account to put your money into. I can give you some excellent fundamental reasons why you invest. I can give you tools to use in investing within your platforms, guys. But if you haven't taken the time to just sit back for 2 seconds with either you as a single person or with you and your spouse and answered this very simple question of why it is you invest, you will probably end up not being able to stick to a plan and you will falter in investing. All right? What comes first? I have so many people, again, that are like, okay, I want to jump in and I want to start a Robinhood account. I want to start buying stock. I want to start buying stock. What comes first? It's so amazing to me how so many people want to just buy stock right away without understanding their inflows and their outflows, okay? How much money do we have to maybe put toward more of a comprehensive type of an idea, more of a comprehensive financial plan? I mean, ask yourself, guys, when was the last time you guys sat down and really did a budget? I hate that word. I hate that budget. So I use the word inflows, okay? How much net pay are you taking in? Net pay is your income minus taxes paid. Basically, net income is how much you take and you walk through the front door and is deployable in your life, okay? Net income is the very critical aspect of determining what your debt to income ratio is, okay? My debt to income ratio is 2.5%, and I could make it 0 if I wanted to, all right? But They say in real financial planning that your debt to income ratio should be less than 20%. I will teach you principles to eliminate debt altogether, but that's another discussion for another day. I really just think for today's discussion, I think when you actually sit back and you say, you have a crystal clear idea of why you invest, how do you start? Before you even take any dollars and you start buying stock with it, or you start entering into ETFs or index fund investing, in the account that I recommend all the time, you really need to kind of understand what your debt to income ratio is. And if you don't want to figure that, take a step back really quick and put all your bills on the table. Save a copy of your bill. If you've got it electronically, so be it. If you need to get one of those planning apps for a while, run yourself through a 3-month inflow and outflow. I just put pen to paper with my own personal finances, and I identified 3 areas that I could improve upon. Guys, I'm 40 years old, okay? If you can get this stuff squared, work really, really hard initially, and you're maybe in your 20s, mid-20s, early 30s, mid-30s, or my age at 40, and get this stuff squared away, know exactly what your inflows are, and know exactly what your outflows are. And I think for a lot of people, that is extremely scary. A lot of people just want to live with their head in the sand, and they don't want to know. They don't want to know, right? So we start to invest and we start to trade to compensate for not wanting to know that comprehensive financial plan, those comprehensive answers on the budget side of the house, okay? The inflows, okay? The inflows and the outflows. The inflows by net pay, right? Divided by, so you take your debts and you divide it by your net income, and of course times it by 100. That'll give you your debt to income ratio, all right? But starting takes a little bit of preparation, all right? And I'm dealing with a lot of brand new investors out there who are asking me, help me, okay? Answer the why first, and then we get into the preparation stage, okay? Answer the why, and then get into the preparation stage. The preparation stage has everything to do with starting your account, understanding your budget, understanding your inflows and your outflows. How do you do that? Take your bills and lay it down on the table, right? Take that smartphone that you pay all that money for and download a planning app for you, a spending plan, Google spending plan. Guys, all the information is accessible nowadays. There's really no excuse to not seeking out this information unless you just don't want to know, all right? We want to set up a budget. We want to set up a plan. We want to start saving that emergency fund. We want to start getting that emergency fund in place, all right? Dave Ramsey talks about having 6 months of cash, but ask yourself this fundamental question. Are you capable of saving money? Run yourself through an experiment, all right? Set a goal of $10,000. Set a goal of $5,000. Set a goal of $1,000, okay? 1,000, 5,000, or 10,000 based on whatever budget you're bringing in. The median income in the United States of America is just over $51,000. So a lot of it isn't about unemployment, okay? We have jobs, guys. Most of it is about mismanagement of funds. Most of it is about mismanagement of funds. And if you can acknowledge where those mismanages are, you can free up so much accessible cash in your budget, right? And that's going to be the start of the discipline, is getting that emergency fund started. If you guys don't have, a few $100s in your savings account to rub together, that's your preliminary area of focus, okay? You don't need to be talking to me about investing in Kraft Foods. You don't need to be talking to me about investing in Boeing. You need to be saving dollars. That's what you need to be doing. You need to be focusing on that emergency expenditures fund and prove to yourself, honestly, that you can save and budget money. Okay? So get the budget so you understand and can reduce and free up some cash flow from your budget. And I don't care what it is. I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys to eliminate your cable bill. I'm not going to sit here and tell you to eliminate your newspaper. All right? I am not going to sit here and tell you what insurance company is the best to go with. But guys, if you're paying $300 a month for your auto insurance, call around. Call around. You'd be amazed at how many people out there are looking and fighting for your guys' business. And all it takes is just a little bit of initiative to hop on the phone and try to reduce those expenditures. I would say it goes so far as to say you could probably cut that in half, $150 right there with one particular bill. But you're not going to know until we identify those inflows and those outflows in your budget. All right? What does it take to be a successful investor? What does it take to realize this goal up here of financial security? Financial security. Financial security in and of itself is really just a reflection of who you are. If you're a complete disaster, if you have problems at work, or if you have problems in your marriage, or you have problems with being a good parent, or you have problems with alcohol and tobacco use, drug use, whatever it may be, this is not going to be possible for you guys. This is not. You know, in the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you know, all that stuff really needs to be taken care of before you start to even think about this. And all too often I find that investing is looked at as more of a crutch or an escape or something. Maybe if they succeed at this piece over here, that it's going to somehow substitute or take the place of these deficiencies over here. It takes patience. It takes patience, and with a generation that's coming up that is so smart, and we're the first ones that want to criticize our millennials that are coming up in this generation. We're the first ones that say we want that instant gratification, and some of that's true, honestly. I've had the criticism on this particular YouTube channel that if I can't grab somebody in the first 30 seconds, then they're somehow going to shut me off and go somewhere else. I could care less. Honestly, I could care less. Because the people that I'm speaking to who tune into the Independent Investor channel, call them crazy, but they actually want to freaking learn this stuff. They want to learn this material. All right? And they can relate to what I'm talking about. But if you do not have some patience, okay? If you just want to jump into this stock market with both feet, you're probably not going to enter into a path that's going to provide you financial security down the line. If you don't get that answer of why, if you don't start that budget and understand where you're going with this thing, deploy some level of patience in this. And when you're ready to execute your plan, then you'll be ready to enter into the stock market. You really will. You have to have patience. You also have to have a willingness to learn. I speak with so many people all the time who just do not have a willingness or an aptitude to learn. And it starts really with, I've been on a course for so long, and nothing you're going to tell me is going to tell me that I've been wrong for 30, 40 years. No way. No way. That's why I'm so hungry and aggressive to get to folks that are brand new in the market, because they haven't been jaded, they haven't been taken, and they haven't been corrupted. They haven't tuned into those other YouTube channels that are just telling you to go buy stock, go buy stock, go buy stock, so they can get more subscribers on their particular channel. It's not about that, guys. It's not about that, okay? I could recommend all kinds of stock that's going to get you 20% return. If you are ill prepared and you haven't taken the preliminary steps to enter the market, you will fail. You will fail. And some of the worst things that I see happening to new investors is that they get that hot stock pick and they run up 20% and boom, they got the thing licked. I'm going to give you guys a secret. For those of you guys who have stayed tuned in to me for this 20-minute session, I'm going to give you a key takeaway to the stock market. You can tell your friends about it or you can keep it a secret, but here's the secret to the stock market. At any one given time, when you look at the price of a particular stock, give or take 10%, it's actually fairly valued at its current stock price. It is. I don't care if it's Apple. I don't care if it's a blue chip stock. I don't care if it's any stock in the S&P 500. All right? Now you have some variables there with earnings, projected earnings, downtrends, uptrends, things that'll affect the stock price. But give or take 10%, the stock market is always trying to get to that median value. What does that mean? It means that at any given time, stocks, at any given time that you may look at a stock price, is actually fairly valued. So why in the hell do we keep trying to time the market? Why the hell do we keep trying to enter into stock positions at the right time? I just freaking told you there is no right time. Except for now. Except for now. So stop worrying about me giving you that magical stock pick that's going to run up and give you that 20%. Then what? What are you going to do? What are you going to do if I give you that stock pick? Are you going to come to me and expect me to provide you another one? The stock market is an extremely humbling place, and that's why the basics of investing has a lot to do with getting your fundamental base in line. And for those of you guys out there that have this willingness to learn, that fundamental base of investing is most of the time free of charge. It's right there for the taking, guys. All it takes is a little bit of willingness to learn and a little bit of willingness to be critical of your own capability and your current situation. After you do that, guys, the sky is the limit. Stick with me on the Independent Investor channel, and I'll show you where to put your money. I'll show you how to invest. But honestly, guys, that's the easy part. That's the easy part. Getting people to take the proactive approach to really having a holistic, comprehensive financial approach, that's the difficult part, guys. That's the difficult part. And that's where I come in. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into the Independent Investor channel. Again, I just want to welcome all my new subscribers that are new to the channel. I will stay with you guys. I care intensely to make sure that you guys get this information. If there's something in my delivery that I've said that you do not understand, a lot of my viewers and subscribers will talk about the accessibility of how accessible I make myself and the information. I'm extremely aggressive on getting information back to you guys in a timely manner so you can feel confident that you understand the information that's passed. Leave your comments at the bottom of this video, guys. This is a core basic investing principles video. It's very, very important that you understand this. And I do want to premise to go back and watch my earlier content, guys. It's free of charge. All I really ask, and I know I can't give you the time back, but it's going to cost you just a little bit of time to go back and review that content, because it's been a lifetime in the making, a lifetime in the making. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and good luck in your investment future.